Hi, I'm Dennis Weiss for Eagle Communications. Welcome to our town. We have the Arts Council with us today in the person of Holly Tompkins, and you're a board member.
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, and they strong-armed you onto live TV this morning to give you your first introduction. You're new, well, not really too new to Abilene, 3 years, you said. Your husband's an Army officer, you have a 2-year-old, and you love the arts.
I do.
Okay, that's all very cool. So you have something coming up February 7th that we're going to tell people about, then we're going to talk about the Arts Council.
Yes, we do. On the 7th of February at the Eisenhower Presidential Museum and Library, we are going to be hosting the Les Langhorst concert. It's just going to be a wonderfully romantic evening. Les is going to come play for us, and we're going to have a gourmet dessert buffet. So it's going to be really, it's going to be really nice.
So if somebody's looking for the Valentine's Day present they really can't think of, this would be a great suggestion.
Oh yeah, it's going to be perfect. And Les is a wonderful musician. He's played, all over to international audiences. He's been on Vegas. He's been in Branson. But he's actually from Salina, so it's kind of cool. He's kind of local and kind of, broad too. And he kind of has like a modern day crooner, Harry Connick Jr. sound.
Okay.
And, he's just really influenced by Frank Sinatra. And that's really what his big act is Frank Sinatra songs and that whole persona. And so if you're into that, it's going to be really cool. It's going to be great. I wouldn't miss it. So.
Okay, the Arts Council of Dickinson County, what do you do?
Well, we're a nonprofit, and our whole goal is to promote the arts and just grow the knowledge of the arts in the community through education and events and introducing local artists and artists from far away. And so we do a lot of stuff. For educational purposes, we have Picture Person in the school, and that's a program where volunteers go in and they talk to different classes and kids just about artists and art and themes in art and stuff, and just kind of get kids plugged in and connected to the arts.
We're in the Abilene Public Library in the Malott room this morning, but right over there is the Jordan room, and as I came up I saw that the artist that's in there now is Karen Cooper. I'm pretty confident she's on the Arts Council.
She is on the Arts Council. Karen's a board member and she's really great, so go check out her exhibit.
Yeah, I think of that because of what my question was, the Arts Council do, and your answer was we help the arts here in Abilene. There's a lot of things going on in the arts at Abilene that maybe aren't immediately transparent to everybody. This Les Langhorst concert is an outreach by your organization to make arts more visible, raise some money for the organization so you can do your work. But I know this has been going on for a long time. Karen Cooper, for example, has done a lot of work with kids for years in our community on behalf of the arts. And here on Eagle, we talk about economic development all the time. Arts is a great job. There's a lot of opportunity for people to come have fun, spend money in Abilene. That's very good.
It is. It's really great. And Karen actually does the Chaffee Bradshaw class in the summer for kids, and it's just another great way for kids to get involved. But she also hosts the Canvas and Cocktails class for adults, and we've had a few, and there's one coming up in March, I believe, and it's just going to be another great way for people to have fun and do a little art project, and it's a fun group. So
we at Eagle, we were at a business conference in our industry in Kansas City this last year, and they had for guests, they had a Canvas and Cocktails class that they put on for guests. It was just packed. I'll bet there were 60, 70 people taking that class, and as I walked through, I said, "So you guys having a good time?" And they were having a very good time.
That's awesome. I know at the last Canvas and Cocktails, there was a birthday party that showed up to the class, and I think they just had a blast, and our volunteers had a blast with them too. It's a fun way for you to get to know a group of people and just to have fun together, be creative together. And
release that inner Picasso.
Yep.
Or whoever the guy is that throws paint at the wall. I could do that.
Jackson Pollock.
Is that who? I could
He's
do
the
that.
splatter guy.
Yeah, I could do that.
There you go.
I don't know about the rest. All of my kids have artistic ability, and it must have came from deep within me because it's all gone. So, okay. Lex Lankhorst, February 7th. His brother was in our office this week. He specializes in a little different kind of art. It's called Aflac. So Alex is his brother, but anyway, he was in our office. But I always think of that when he comes in. I know the community of Abilene, I spoke to you before the camera came on, is trying to make sure that Abilene is seen as friendly to the arts. And last year the CVB had an arts day. Several community organizations, the chamber helped out. This year I think they're going to do a 3-day event. I don't really know what month it is, but I know Glenda Perkis at the CVB is working hard on that, and I'm sure they'll be knocking on your door at the Arts Council for help. But that's just an opportunity to bring more people into the community about something they care about. And there are a lot of people who care about the arts. Abilene's a great place to do it.
Right, right. And the Arts Council, I'm sure a lot of the artists that we kind of put out there and promote and things will be at that festival. And so it'll be cool. You get to see, you know, the local artists over and kind of get to know them, get to know their story and their journey. And so that's a really fun
My
thing.
oldest daughter is a ceramist, and she is at Wichita State finishing a master's degree and teaching a class each semester down there. So she came back home to Kansas for that. I'm very grateful that the arts found a place to bring my daughter home.
Right.
And I would think it would be terrific to have a lot of local people become involved in the arts in Abilene, and as a career, as a place to have a job and a place to live and raise their kids.
Yeah, and it's definitely something that's so diverse too, because you can do it as a profession, you can do it as a hobby, and it's just a great way to get involved. Coming up in March, we are going to have our annual photography exhibit, and so that's a really great way for local people. Maybe you're just starting to take pictures and things that way, and so that's a really great way to just get your stuff out there and get some feedback and see what works and what doesn't work. And the Arts Council has put on photography classes, and that's just a great way to help people hone their skills. We have Dickinson County Stage that we do every year. It's just a really great way for vocalists and musicians to do the same, put themselves out there, get some feedback, learn what works and just grow their talent. And for the community to see them and really hone in on the talent that we have here coming out of Dickinson County.
I had attended several of the Arts Council events in the Great Plains Theater before it burned, and that cooperation and partnership was very healthy and worked well. I'm sure that as we move through the future, that can still find a way. But I think of that Dickinson County Stage event and think of the young people that I saw there who the arts are very important to and are now out in the world furthering their lives but they started here. And your group had a lot to do with that as well as Great Plains.
Yeah, that's a really wonderful thing, and it's so cool to see how a community comes around a young artist and kind of builds them up, and then when they go off and they're really successful out in the rest of the world, it's kind of, there's some community pride and some solidarity there. Just seeing somebody that you knew and you saw grow up make it. That's an exciting thing, and the Arts Council's really happy to be a part of that. That is wonderful.
Brian's going to put up your website address and your phone number so we don't have to try to remember it and tell people what it is. But the reason I'm saying that here is you're eager to have people come to you as an Arts Council and say, what can I do, or what fun things can I do? Either one, you need help and you need people interested in the arts. So talk about your outreach and your meeting structure and anything that'll help people understand how they can become involved with the Arts Council of Dickinson County.
Right. Well, the Arts Council kind of operates with a 12-person board. and a director. And right now we're kind of in a transition time. We are looking for a director, and the Arts Council's kind of put out some advertisement about that. And if you have questions regarding that, please call the office. So there will be a volunteer there that's happy to take your name and a resume and different things. And we just kind of come together monthly and we just talk about our upcoming events. Our annual fundraiser is a big one. And I would just say to somebody who's looking to get involved, the biggest way to get involved would be first to come to one of our upcoming events.
Okay.
Kind of, talk to some board members, talk to the director, ask questions about what you can do if there's certain events that we need volunteers for. I know we're always looking for picture person volunteers, so if you're looking to go into the school, that's a great way to do that.
Okay. Tell us who a few of the directors are. You don't have to name all 12. Can if you want to, but so people can put some names of people they know with the Arts Council.
Well, Jennifer Johnson, she's our president, and William Snyder is our vice president. You mentioned Karen Cooper, Teresa Brierton, Sally Nelson, just to name a few. I'm trying to think. Yeah.
All right, that's close enough. People run into different people. Yes. Or they're the interface with them in their life in some other way, and they may not have ever known that they're involved with the Arts Council. And so that's a way to connect. And frankly, a newcomer is always looking for the easy way in, which should be, who do I know that I know well so I can ask about this instead of just going to a meeting. But the Arts Council's been around a long time, and the arts has been important to Abilene for a long time. So if somebody out there is interested in arts, there's a home for them?
Yes, there is. And we're always just really thankful for the help and the cooperation and volunteers. It's wonderful.
And it really is a volunteer gig. You folks do what you do on mostly your own efforts and mostly on just fundraising that you've done yourself. Right. There's not a lot of money flowing from outside Abilene to the Arts Council of Dickinson County. Right.
We're what they would call a 501(c) or C3, nonprofit organization. And so, we raise our support, and our big fundraiser is our annual fundraiser in June. And that's always a fun time too. And it's an event sort of like what we're having in February, but just on a whole other level, and it's fun. Last year we did a cowboy theme, and there was music and dancing, and there's a dinner, and it's just a wonderful time. So, it's such a great way to donate to the arts and help further the arts by your donation, and just come for a dinner and a great evening. There's no better way to have fun and donate at the same time.
Okay, all right. Now you're chasing a 2-year-old at home, you tell me?
Yes.
Okay, and your husband's in the Army. How have you enjoyed Abilene?
We love Abilene. I'm from the East Coast and from the Northern Virginia, Washington, D.C. area, and so I was used to big bustling, and we come to Abilene, and it's a small town, and we just love it. It's nice that we've been able to get involved in the community so easily, and we kind of feel like everybody has connections to everyone else, and people just know each other, and that's so wonderful, especially coming from a big area where you don't have that as much. And so there's just such a sense of community and solidarity here, and we really enjoy that.
I appreciate you being transparent and saying that. The people that watch our program, they may see this and the only thing they key in on is I need to go see Lex Langhorse on February 7th. But there's also a group of people in Abilene who are very engaged in trying to find out what works in Abilene and how you do more of it. I think your story is one of those with what's working, and Fort Riley is a great partner for us, and that's what brought you here. But what made you respond this way has very much to part of what you're here to talk about, which is the Arts Council. It's that quality of life thing. It's that opportunity to really enjoy and be embraced by the community. There's no better welcome committee than a smile and a yes and can you help us.
Definitely, and there's such like an intergenerational connect too. And even on the Arts Council, we have a girl who is in high school and one in college, and then we have some older adults, and then me. I'm kind of in the middle, I feel like, and so it's neat. It goes all across the board, and we have that thing in common. And so it's a great group.
Tell us a little bit as we head towards the end of the program. Tell us a little bit about your connection with the arts. So when people run into you at Country Mart, they might feel comfortable enough to walk up to you and say, "Hi, I saw you on TV. Thanks for what you do." What got you interested in the arts as a young person?
Well, I had tried a lot of different things growing up, just in the way of like hobbies and sports and stuff, and I was okay, but it just wasn't like a passion for me. And when I was little, I always wanted to be an actress. I thought that would be so fun, and so I got involved in theater, and I sang in church choir for 13 years, and I just really enjoyed the theater. I enjoyed acting, and so that was my passion. And I like art too. I always took art classes and like graphic design and things in college, and just really loved that. And I was kind of searching for ways to carry that over into my adult life, especially after we moved here to a whole different place, and then we had our son, and I was, trying to hold on to those parts of myself so that, I can kind of feel like me still, even though I'm in a totally different place and doing different things. And so the Arts Council was a really great outlet for that. I can meet with other creative people. I can, we can plan things, we can plan the creative events, and so that's kind of a creative outlet for me. And then other than that, I redo furniture and refurbish old furniture and different things like that, and that's another creative outlet for me.
Very good. Okay, now audience, this is Holly Tompkins. She's given you all the information you need to see her at Country Mart and go, "Hi, I saw you on TV. Thanks for what you do with the Dickinson County Arts Council." We appreciate you coming in and representing the Arts Council this morning. I thank you.
Well, thank you so much. And the Arts Council and myself, we're so appreciative of the time to come and talk about what we're doing in the arts in Dickinson County. And we just really want everybody to get excited about it and everyone to get involved. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome. It'll be a big year for the arts in Dickinson County here in Abilene this year. And you can start that on February 7th and have a lot of fun with a great concert from Lex Langhorst. And it's the Eisenhower facility, which is premier place in the world. So start there. They have events in March. They have your big one in June. And there is a never-ending opportunity to help Abilene prosper and grow with a love for the arts. Right?
That's right.
That's right. Okay, so for Eagle Communications, I'm Dennis Weiss. This is Holly Tompkins for the Arts Council of Dickinson County. We wish you a great day.